How we doing, guys? And it's finished Spain 2, England 1, and it is most definitely not coming home. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why it's not coming home: Gareth Southgate. I think most of us could have predicted it. We've been saying it. It's common knowledge. He's not good enough. He's relied on individual moments, a bit of brilliance. And the reality is he's underachieved. If you think getting to 2 finals and failing with the kind of players that we have at our disposal, and we play the football we've been playing, then you are absolutely deluded. There's so many players in that team that have underperformed, and you know what? They shouldn't get near an England team again. Let's be honest about it. Kyle Walker should not play for England again. Harry Kane should not play for England again. Great servant, scored his goals, but he's not the Harry Kane of past. Yes, he's fine in the Bundesliga. It's a much slower league. Plays against a lot of not great teams. Trying to be respectful when I say certain things about the Bundesliga. But once you come onto a European stage and you're coming up against a bit more physicality and a bit more technical, he gets exposed. He gets found out massively. And it's as simple as that. Jude Bellingham, this whole tournament, bar the first game, was poor. He was very, very poor. He had that moment with the overhead kick and everything else. But that doesn't mask the overall performances, which were poor. You know, there's some bright sparks there for a new manager to take over. But the one question you're going to ask yourself now is who takes over as manager, or who would take over as manager? Because the FA, they like yes men. Yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir. Are you telling me that Trent would not have been a better option than Kyle Walker? Kyle Walker, for the second goal in particular, was at fault. Caught out of position in no man's land. And I've said it all along. The thing about Kyle Walker is that he's a bang average defender, but his pace has always got him out of jail. And now the pace ain't what it may have used to be. He's starting to get exposed because defensively, he is dreadful. Bang average defender. Trent would have been better on that right-hand side. Simple as that, really, to be quite honest with you. Cole Palmer, superb goal. What a great finish. And he's one of the bright sparks when you look to the future. Ollie Watkins, Bukayo Saka. You know, players like this, the younger generation, and the players that are going to be able to, you know, take England further forward and everything. And I just don't see it. I don't see us doing anything in a World Cup in a couple of years' time unless there's drastic change. I think Guy was immense all tournament. I think he was a big plus from that. I think Shaw today in the second half in particular, you could see that he's not match sharp yet. He, you know, when you're coming up against the kind of players that Spain had, you look at the first goal, he was caught on the wrong side, and it was the first time that he was. And I'm not going to overly blame him at the end of the day because he's just coming back from a long injury, and you're putting him in these kind of games, and the intensity is insane. But again, that's Gareth Southgate's fault as to why we're in this situation, because he deemed it appropriate to only take 1 left back with him, knowing full well that he was injured and he wasn't going to be making most of the group games at a minimum. So you didn't even sit there and think to yourself, you know, maybe take Tyrick Mitchell, maybe give Gomez an opportunity, who's played at left back most of the season for Liverpool. I don't know. It's not rocket science, is it? So many people saying, oh, you couldn't do the job or anything else. But it's so many basic things that he gets wrong that honestly, any of us could get right. How do you go into a major tournament experimenting? Oh, I'm going to try Trent in centre midfield. Oh, I'm going to play a right back at left back because I haven't brought anyone out with me. Oh, I'm going to continue with Harry Kane just because of what he's done in the past and he's the captain. So what? As soon as Harry Kane come off, we actually look dangerous. Just as we have done every time Harry Kane comes off. It's not rocket science, is it? And then you're looking at it, and when we got it to 1-1, we had a 3-4 minute spell where we're on the front foot, and I'm like, you know what? We could get something from this. We could go and get a second. And then what goes and happens? England do the exact same thing that they've been doing all tournament, in qualifiers, you name it. They score, they revert backwards. Do you remember the final against Italy? Scored, reverted backwards. And I'm watching it and I'm like, oh no, Spain are just getting a foothold in the game again. They're starting to pass the ball around. They're looking dangerous and they're going to end up scoring. Because what's happened is Southgate made a tactical change where he's took off Mainu, for example. It was more, a defensive-minded midfielder. He's brought on Cole Palmer, who's more of an attacking midfielder. And at that point, he's like, right, okay, we've got the goal. Now we need to rebalance it because we don't need to go, 100 miles an hour that end, and we can't leave ourselves exposed that end. And you could see it happening, and you're thinking to yourself, right, bring someone on, even if it was a Conor Gallagher, for example, take Phil Foden off, and then, you lose that extra attacker that Cole Palmer became when he come on, and then you bring on Gallagher, who can then sit and do the job that Mainu was doing, for example, and it just shores things up a little bit. What's he do? Doesn't react quick enough. By the time he does react, Spain have scored, we've lost, and there you go. A reactionary manager. That's all he is. Reactionary manager. Probably a lovely guy. Oh, what am I going to do about that? Oh, Gareth Southgate's a lovely guy. Let's be nice about it. We're going to be nice about it. I'm going to be nice about it, am I? Absolutely pathetic. And we have lost another final. First team in history to reach 2 European finals and lose them both. Absolute rubbish. And it's as simple as that, really. What more do you want me to say? One thing I can say is I'm looking forward to football starting again. Proper football, Arsenal. Give me the Emirates Cup or pre-season tours to America or anything. Just give me Arsenal back, please, man. So I don't have to watch this crap anymore. That's what I want. I want Arsenal back. Please. And get some signings. Give us something to look forward to. A bit of excitement and whatever. Let these boys go on holiday. Saliba, Saka, Rice, etc. David Raya doesn't really need a holiday. He's had one anyway. Same as Ramsdale, whatever he's doing. But there you go. England have lost. It's not coming home. But I tell you something. I know what is coming home. The Premier League title. Arsenal are winning it. Bookmark it. Save it. Clip this. Do whatever you want. I don't care. We're winning the Premier League for the 24-25 season. Enough said. Simple. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm out of here.